All right, good evening, Coes. It's Thursday night, and I am taking you through Friday's workout. In a typical blonde moment, I just did the workout thinking I was doing it with you all and coaching you through it, but forgot to hit record on the meeting. So I had a meeting with myself and did the workout. So I am going to probably not go through the movements like live with the workout, but I'm warming up like it's a normal class. You can hit this, and then I'll get you ready for the strength part. So I'm so sorry. My time was 14:03.
Also, prior to that, what did you also do?
Oh, and prior to that, I also did the Cove Quarantine Open workout 1. So I did the burpee workout before this. So I'm really sorry. I did it. I swear I did. It was 14:03. I used a 35-pound dumbbell. Which is really hard for me. And I actually did all the V-ups because what I said coming into this class, and I will say it now in my imaginary class I just did, we've done a lot of core work. So we had Durante core, we had burpees this week, we had sit-ups in the second workout for the Quarantine Open. And then today there's a huge volume of V-ups. So I have a lot of different scales for all these movements. But I stuck with small sets for these. I did 10 and 5 for the first 2 rounds, and then quick 5, 5, 5 for the next 2 rounds. So we have 5 rounds of double unders, 70 of them, 8 single arm presses, and then 8 on the other side. Or if you're using a barbell, that's obviously working at the same time, and your 15 V-ups for 5 rounds. So the double unders, if you are fairly decent at doubles, you should finish this in under a minute. But if you're working on doubles and you want to practice them, which you absolutely should, I would say work in as many doubles as you can, and don't go more than like 90 seconds. So you don't want to spend the whole workout jumping. It's a lot of rolling on your foot and you're from the arches of your feet, because you're jumping up on that push press, you're jumping on the jumps. So we're gonna warm you up and make sure that your heels and your calves are nice and toasty before we get started. And then we do some strict work afterwards, some strength work. We're doing strict press and minute planks, and I will talk you through that as well, because that was really hard. Again, mortified, embarrassed, but we'll have some fun with that. All right, if you have a rope, I want you to pick up that rope. And we're going to go about 30 seconds of single unders. I don't know where my clock is. And for the single unders, what I'm looking for is a nice relaxed jump. So we're looking for just turns of the wrist. So I'm going to move this back a little bit on my mat. So give me about 30 seconds of single unders. And I'm not looking for any rotation in your elbow. It's all little flicks of the wrist. My rope is a little bit long for me, but I would normally have my hands rested a little bit further down and pointing down. So give me about 5 more seconds of singles. Good. We're going to take that rope, we're going to fold it in half, and we're going to do 10 alternating lunges, 5 per leg. You probably feel this from Thursday's jumping lunge accessory work. If you don't have a rope, we're just going to jump in place, practice our jumping today. Good. We're going to do 30 seconds of doubles again, of singles again. This time I want you to really try to focus on staying in one place. The more steady and static we can be in our position, the less work the rope has to do. So go about another 30 seconds. Good. All right, we're gonna put that rope down. You're gonna do 3 inchworms, and we're gonna take our time with these. We're gonna hinge over, touch our toes, walk our hands out into a push-up, and back up, to a down dog. We're gonna walk our hands to our feet. And then I want you to really stretch out at the top. Bring those arms overhead. You can't see my hands, but I am locking my hands out and I'm in a press position with my head through the window. Back down. Good, inchworm and up. And stretch overhead. Good, and back down. And push up. Down dog. Walk ourselves in. And stretch overhead. Good. We're gonna hold that stretch. Press to the window, nice and locked out. Good, now we're just gonna shift our body weight a little bit, swing those arms, your shoulders. You're gonna be toasty. I don't think I could drive a car right now. Good. Good, we're gonna put our feet into a squat stance. We're gonna go down, find the tips of our toes, and we're gonna go down into the bottom of a squat. What I want you to do here is really press, pull up on those toes so you're nice and vertical. And then we're gonna take one hand, go to the opposite foot, nice and vertical, and stretch that arm up as straight as you can. Key is stay on your heels here. I don't want you getting all toesy. And switch sides. And we're gonna switch again. Good, and we're gonna stretch again. Good, now we're gonna grab onto the front of those toes again. Reset yourself up nice and vertical. And we're gonna do 5 bootstraps, and that's lifting your hips up. Head relaxes down, and back down, and up, and back down, and up, and back down, and up, and down, and up. Good, now you're gonna walk your hands out into a plank, and you're gonna give me 10 shoulder taps, just nice and static. Your hips should not be moving at all here. Try to keep them nice and steady. Good. If you need to widen your feet a little bit, that's fine too. Good, and after 10, your knees are gonna find the ground. And you're gonna pull back to a child's pose. We're gonna walk our hands to the right side, pull the left hip back. And we're gonna walk our hands to the other side, pull the opposite hip back. Good, we're gonna come up to all fours. You're gonna put your fingertips towards you. We're just gonna roll out our wrists a little bit. Good, good. Great, we're gonna put our hands palm down. We're gonna kick up to a down dog. I'll show you the side view. And we're gonna get that butt nice and high. But what we're gonna do is lift our heels up and down to warm up our calves. But what I really want you to do is roll it out fully. So full roll up. You can bend that knee in. Opposite. Really get a full range of motion on that. From that heel to that toe. Again, the bottoms of your feet are going to feel it from all that jumping today. Good. One more time, you're going to put those knees down. We're doing a child's pose. One more time up to a down dog. Then we're going to walk our feet to our hands. And we're gonna grab onto that rope again. And if you don't have a rope, again, we're gonna work on doubles practice. We're gonna jump and we're gonna double tap. So again, if my single jumps are here, my doubles are here. So nothing really changes. I'm relaxed. My toes are just touching the ground. No heel strike, right? My cadence. Timing, so jumping. Work on the timing. So if you don't have a rope, that's what you're gonna do today 70 times. So 70 jumps with double taps at the top. But if you do have a rope, let's pick it up. And we're gonna go about 30 seconds of doubles practice. In 3, 2, 1, go. Good, we're about 12 seconds in. Oh, my rope is tangled. 15. Woo. Okay, 2, 1. I'm sorry, again, I just did this workout. I jumped a lot, I swear. All right, what we're gonna do now is get ready for that press overhead. What I'm looking for in the single arm press or in a strict press is squeeze butt and tight core. Here, I'm gonna turn on the light. Hang on a second. Okay, so oftentimes I see people press overhead. I'm trying to show you the curve of my back. And they press overhead and they go like this. That's not a good press position. This puts your back in a really vulnerable position. So what I want you to do is think about pulling your belly button in and squeezing your butt. So if you go here and you feel this, just tuck yourself in and pull yourself in. So what we're gonna do is grab your single dumbbell. Even though we're going one arm at a time ultimately, we're gonna clean that dumbbell up, or that kettlebell. I guess you're gonna have to do it with one hand, but if you're using a dumbbell, we're just gonna do 5 strict press. Now we focus on getting your head through that window and keeping that butt squeezed. Do not let that back arch. Good. And then we're going to do 5 little dips. And with dips, I'm looking for absolute vertical up, down, quick little dips, 5 of them. And that implement should want to fly off your shoulders. And now we're going to do that. So we're going to go 5 push press. Good. All right. Then we're going to go to our single arm. So this is where the plane gets a little bit more difficult because it requires incredible stability for one hand if you're doing this one-handed. A lot of times the dumbbell will fly kind of off to the side or front. I really want you to focus today on that vertical shoot and keeping that bicep next to your ear at the finish here, which can be challenging to do. So give me 5 push press on each side. So we're gonna go dip, drive, the finish position again, nice and tight to the head. 2, 3, 4, 5, and switch, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Let's put that dumbbell down or kettlebell, whatever you're using, and let's talk about our V-ups. So V-ups are a really challenging movement. Adjust the camera. And again, with all the core work we've done, and the fact that I just did this workout with a whole lot of V-ups, makes it even harder. But what we're looking for is for both feet to touch both hands in a kind of straight position. So the first thing you want to do is just check your range of motion, because a lot of people have some mobility issues in their hamstrings and their glutes. So I just want you to take one single leg and pull it as close as you can without bending that knee. And then I want you to take that toe and just flex it for a second. Feel a little bit further of a stretch. Good, we're gonna let that foot go down. And we're gonna bring the other one up. Same thing. Nice and relaxed toe for now. Straight leg, and let's flex a little bit. So it should feel pretty good, not painful. Good. So for a V-up, what we're trying to do is take both feet and both hands and meet at the top, right? So full extension, pointed toes, straight leg, straight arms. That can be challenging for a lot of folks. If that is, what I would suggest is A, cutting the volume. So if you can do them, but 15 feels like too much, do 10. Or if it becomes a issue of both feet, both hands, and mobility, then I would say do one leg at a time. So that would look like this. One leg would be flat on the ground with a bent knee. So if I were gonna do maybe 8 on one side and 7 on the other, I would come here, one leg at a time, and up. And then I would switch legs, do the same thing on the other side. So that's just a little bit of an assist for a V-up. But either scaling the volume or scaling that motion are two great options for the workout today. So the workout is 5 rounds for time, 70 double unders, followed by 8 single arm push press, 8 per side. And then we go into the 15 V-ups. So this is all about managing your heart rate and breathing through this workout. I found that if I went in big sets on the doubles and I got to the dumbbell fatigued, the reps became that much harder. So what I actually did was broke it up into 2 sets in the beginning and 3 sets towards the end, just so I can catch my breath and keep my shoulders nice and relaxed, because the tighter you are for doubles, the harder that press is going to be. The second bit of advice I would give you, having just done it, is that the left side for me is my weak side. So I always do that first. So when I get to the dumbbell, my shoulders kind of aren't both fatigued and holding stress. So if I get to my weak side first, it feels a lot easier than if I do one side and then go to my weak side second, if that makes sense. So play with it, see if that works for you. And then I would say, what else? Yeah, hold on to that dumbbell. Try to get all 8 reps in a row. And if you need to, what I did was I would just rest the dumbbell on my shoulder. So again, on the right side, so my left side was a lot harder for me. So I would dip, drive, and I might catch it here. Hold it again, dip, drive, here, catch, dip, drive, catch. More like really true singles. Whereas on my right side, I felt much better. I was able to string a little bit more. So do what you got to do to get through it. But it's an awesome shoulder burn. Relax in those doubles and don't forget to breathe. All right. All right. So we're getting ready to start the workout. Again, I already did this workout about 20 minutes ago, and you're going to love it. 5 rounds for time, 16-minute time cap. I went all the way to like 14 and change, so you're going to use a lot of the clock. We're starting with the rope. 70 double unders. I'm going to start you with 10 seconds on the clock, 3, 2, 1, go, but run your own clock. I'm not going to run this the whole time. I'm just going to count you down because you know we love when we say 3, 2, 1, go. So get your own clock ready. Get your water ready. If you need to go potty, go potty. And press pause right now if you need to do that. If not, you're going in 10 seconds. All right, here we go. 10 seconds. And I'll see you on the other side, all right? You guys got this. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, guys, I hope you had a good workout. I hope you can feel your arms because we still have some more work to do. We're gonna get going with the second part, but first I just want you to take a second and open up your shoulders a little bit. If you can, I don't want you to get too cool down after the workout because we're getting right back to it. But if we can, we're just gonna go down to a quick child's pose. And stretch that out and give me a couple of rotations of a palm up on one side, a palm on the other. A little bit dynamic movement, nice little stretching. Good. We're going to kick up into that down dog again, like we did before, and really take the time to roll out the bottoms of those feet. Great. There we go. Good, good. Should feel awesome. We're going to bring those knees down. Again, fingertips towards you. Just rock and roll a couple times. Loosen those wrists. You're going to feel it on the planks in just a second. And the other way. Good, good. We're going to give yourself a couple hugs. A couple circles forward and a couple back and forward and back. All right, so we're gonna get ready for the strict work. 8 strict press, and that's per side if you're using single arm, or if you're using a barbell, obviously 8 reps. I did a couple of sets. I have a 20 and a 35. So I did a few, 8 on one side, 8 on the other. And then I did a couple where I took the heavier dumbbell and just did it almost like a regular strict press, treating it kind of in a front rack position like it was a bar. It adds up really, really fast. You're fatigued from all the work you've just done. The plank is going to fry your shoulders in the best way possible, and then the dumbbell is going to feel impossible. So again, do your best. Try to get as many reps in as you can. If 8 is too many, scale it back to 6. But we don't want you to go to like total failure every single time. But you will feel at the end like you really can't do much work. So for the plank holds, what we're looking for is a solid plank position. So I started with a high plank, but what I found was because 4 minutes, we're doing 4 rounds of this, of 8 strict press and 1 minute of plank, it became a lot on my wrists. So I alternated between low plank and high plank. And then in a pinch, when I got really super fatigued, I would just turn to my kind of side and just give myself a little relief on this side or on that side. But try to stay up in that plank position as long as you can. And if you need to come down, just rest your knees down, stretch out really quick, and then we're back up into the plank position. All right, so the way I did it was I ran it off a clock just to hold myself accountable. I gave myself a minute to do the strict press work, and then I went right into the minute for the plank. So it took me a total of, 8 minutes to do this accessory work. Otherwise you can kind of lollygag, or you can just kind of like take too much time in between sets. So we want you to keep moving, get the work done. So what I would again recommend is run a clock for 8 minutes. For the first minute, you're doing your strict work. The next minute, you're doing your plank. Then you're back to strict, back to plank for 8 minutes through. And it's going to be awesome. So good luck. And I will start you guys off on the clock again, and I'll see you on the back end for a final stretch. Here we go, 10 seconds. Grab that dumbbell, get ready to press. Here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, guys, I hope your presses and planks went great. I'm sure arms and shoulders are completely fried. So let's take a second and let's work on some stretching and just getting nice and loose. You can actually use your arms at some point tonight. And I was saying to Brian that like, I'm glad that I don't have to drive anywhere anymore, because I don't even know if I could like turn the steering wheel. So give yourself, let's start out with some hugs. You did a great job. You earned them. And studies show that you should get 8 hugs a day anyway. So you can count this as 1 if you want, but make sure you hug the people around you that you're allowed to hug often. Good. And then we're going to do a couple arm circles forward and back. Oh God, so good. Forward and back. Good. We're going to go down into a cobra like we did before. We're going to peek up to the ceiling. Oh, this feels so good. Favorite, peek over at your imaginary friend on the right. And your imaginary friend on the left. And we're going to go back to a child's pose again. Feels so good. We're going to take one hand and put it over on top of the other and drop that head down. And we're going to switch sides. Hand over the other side. Then we're going to slide forward into a cross position. I like to bend one arm at a 90-degree angle. I think it makes it a little bit harder of a stretch. And then we're going to roll away. Oh, God, so good. And other side. Good. We're going to come back to center. We're going to press up to all fours, fingertips towards you again. Let's get those wrists. We're rocking side to side or circles. Again, whatever feels good, whatever works for you. After that, you're going to take your palm up, fingertips towards you. And if you can, straighten out those elbows and gentle pressure on the backs of those palms. And if you want to rock a little side to side, that's cool too. Good. One of my favorite stretches is a bicep stretch when we do a lot of like work with pressing and pulling. It's a really difficult muscle to stretch. So if you haven't done this with me, here's before, or you haven't done this movement before, here's one of my favorites. So we're going to go into a tabletop position. So that means my feet are going to be a couple inches apart, so that when I lift my hips, my knees and my ankles are stacked in a vertical position. So my hands are going to be splayed like Mickey Mouse kind of ears. My thumb is going to be pointed towards my butt, and my fingertips just pointed out to the side. And when I lift my hips up, I'm going to put my head back, and you should instantly feel a stretch. I lift my hips up, and then I just drop my head back, and I feel my biceps just really nicely stretching. If that feels too much or too aggressive, just don't lift your hips as high. Bring them down a little bit lower and bring your head back, whatever's comfortable. But the higher you can lift those hips and relax the head back, the deeper of a stretch you'll get. And relax down. And we're going to go up one more time. And here we go. And just relax. Take a couple of breaths. And good. And just we're going to turn over one more time. We're going to do a couple of rounding of the back for cat and cow, just to release that pressure on the midline. Good. And one last time down to a child's pose. And again, I'm so sorry for the technical issue. It was a great workout. I'm bummed I didn't do it at exactly the same time you did. But I hope you had a great workout. And I think I'm going to be seeing you tomorrow on a recorded workout. So have a great Friday. Don't get blown away with all the wind in the forecast. And stay safe. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.